Hello there and welcome back. If you're subscribed to my channel, you probably know that I have just come back from a little tour of North Macedonia. I would absolutely recommend visiting the country if you can. But you're not here to listen to me blab on about my jollies. I have links in the description below for that. So let's dive into the Levada Center poll results. This month there are new numbers on how Russians feel about the European Union and the United States. Negative attitudes are high, although looking at the age distribution pulled from the Levada site as there is no data, just a graph, younger people are less negative. But the bottom line is that the demographics of Russia looks like this. The age group that has the least negative feelings is the minority. The Kremlin has been asserting that the collective West is a threat to Russia. Anti-West attitudes, as we can see from the graphs, are high and seems to have been cemented into the Russian collective psyche. If we look at the chain of news items that have appeared during the last couple of weeks, first, we have the news about Britain supplying tanks and armor-piercing shells to Ukraine. These shells contain depleted uranium. Please note, these shells are not nuclear weapons, and they are part of the Russian arsenals too, so the Russian government knows exactly what they are, i.e. not nuclear weapons. And yet Lavrov condemned the move as exacerbating the conflict. Then what follows is just baffling. Billboards in Moscow lit up with instructions on what to do in case of a nuclear incident. Support for President Putin remains high, and the government is doing quite well as well. But there seems to be a bit of an ongoing tiff between the defense minister, Shoigu, and the head of the Wagner Group, Prigozhin, in this instance about weapons supply. So is there a true shortage of weapons in Russia? Statements coming out of the US, the EU and NATO warning China against supplying weapons to Russia seems to imply that. And yet, according to CPRI database, the arms transfers so far has looked like this. In another piece of news, the aggressively pro-war blogger Vladan Tatarsky came to a sticking end in a St. Petersburg cafe. He was from the Donetsk region. His Telegram channel has over 560,000 subscribers, and in one of his most famous videos, he said things that I cannot repeat on YouTube, and I don't want to. In short, not a nice guy. And if you remember back in August, Darya Dugina, an aggressively pro-war political commentator, came to a similar end, but in a car. Russian authorities blamed Ukraine in both incidents, and I speculate that these and some of other terror incidents carried out inside Russia and quite away from the borders with Ukraine may require a bit more homegrown support. Anywho, this is the end of the update for this month. The situation might change next month. Finland has officially joined NATO, changing NATO borders with Russia quite a bit. Bulgaria, where I live, has gone to the polls and the results are in. It looks like it will be difficult for the winners to find enough common grounds to form a government, which is worrying for both the country and her partners. Bulgaria is in the EU and is a NATO member with access to the Black Sea, and the role she could play in the current climate cannot be underestimated. Thank you for watching. See you next month with another update. Have a wonderful time. Bye bye.